Hi, everyone. It's Heather Burkhart with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. Welcome to another Ayurvedic yoga session with me, and we'll delve into the new moon lunar practice for Scorpio. So, Scorpio is a fascinating sign. That is my Western astrological sign. My Vedic sign is actually different. My rising sign is Virgo. So different, but still, I still relate to Scorpio very much. And so knowing both Western and Vedic can be a little bit of a tug of war, but really find them to be very much interwoven. So anyways, for this new moon practice, we focus on this fiery Mars energy. Scorpios do love to go to the extremes. So this practice is very much about finding the middle path, which sounds boring. But for Scorpios, that can be quite a challenge. And you may have heard the middle path that is mentioned in Buddhist teachings, which is a more peaceful path, and avoiding the extremes and moderating ourselves so that we can take this more peaceful path. And so it's really about cultivating this energy that's very much aligned with creativity and emotions and even our sexuality. And what we're really talking about here is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is associated with Scorpio, the center of deep feelings, sometimes hidden feelings. And so you might be interested in churning that area to kind of dig up some of that soot that needs to be so that something is revealed, right? And it's also a time of transformation, taking something that's kind of could be seen as a burden and transforming that into something that is gold in terms of fueling our personal journey and our personal path, or what Joseph Campbell would call the soul's journey. So let's get started. We're going to do so right here in seated position. Focusing on the sacral chakra, we'll start with some very simple torso circles. So begin to rotate the torso in one direction. Imagine your rib cage circling around the axis of your belly button. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Hang on to the knees as you lean back and try to work with the breath here. So we might inhale as you lean forward and exhale as you lean back. Look for equal counts of breath here on the inhale and the exhale. So we're mirroring the inhale and the exhale. Let's take a moment to pause and circle in the other direction, just like so. Try to keep the shoulders, the face, the jaw, the eyebrows relaxed. Good, and then hang on to those knees, lean back, round the back, drop the chin. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and lift the heart and the gaze. A couple of cat and cow tilts here to warm up the spine. Exhale to round back and inhale to peel the shoulders back and lift the heart. A couple more times like that. Rolling the shoulders back, come up, and then we'll come forward onto hands and knees. You might like a little blanket or padding here. As we do the same thing with the torso, circle around in one direction. Try to slow it down so you can feel into wherever you feel sensation. Maybe it's a sense of spaciousness and openness. Maybe it's a sense of stickiness or cloudiness. tightness. Take a moment to pause in child's pose. Shift the hips back, reach the arms forward. Release the forehead down. Take a couple of complete breaths in and out here. Try to keep the shoulders soft. One more deep breath. In and out. And then come forward again. And this time we'll rotate the torso in the other direction. Again, slow it down so you can do a little bit more exploration here. Just feel it out here. Nice. And then as you come forward, coming into, I like actually a couple of blocks under my hands here to prepare for up dog. Placing the blocks down about shoulder width as you come forward to lift the heart and drop the hips. Exhale, sink back, child's pose. Just like that. Our next flow, breath by breath. Rolling the spine, lifting the heart and the gaze, and then sinking hips back. Stretching out in child's pose. Take your time here. Feel all the feels. Feel the breath flowing. Allow the breath to flow as it wants to. Good. And this time as we come forward, step the right foot forward. Actually, yeah, it's fine. Right foot forward into a lunge. Sink the hips down, glide them forward. You can step, you can tuck the back toes, press both feet down to stretch into that left foot. Breathe, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Good. Sink back, child's pose again. Other foot forward. That's our next flow. And sinking hips back. Good. Once more to each side. Find a comfortable, luscious child pose in between. Again, slow it down. And just see what's there. Good. Child's pose. Again, knees together or open wide. Stepping the foot outside of the block. Lifting the heart. Back to child's pose once again. Good. Nice. If you want, you can come up into downward facing dog here to stretch out the legs. Paddle out the feet. We'll take one of the legs to step out to the side and bring your blocks towards me, facing the long side of your mat, preparing for wide-legged forward fold. Point the toes forward, and then bring the elbows down to the blocks. They can be up a little higher. You can use a bolster here too, or a stack of pillows. Just to hang out and breathe here. Press your feet down. It's okay to bend the knees. Another option is to reach the arms forward. Breathe into the stretch. Strong feet, strong legs, strong downward pull. As we lift the hips high, let the head drop. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right foot. Turn those right toes away as you bring that right hip down above the right heel. Okay, stretch out this side. Good. And then press yourself up. Walk yourself over to the other side. Toes turn out. Squat down. Bring the left hip above the left heel. Stretch out this side. So do that a couple more times. Walk yourself over and slowly think of a scorpion. All right. Make your way over. Sink down. Good. You can even take a stretch here towards those blocks in front of you. Be creative, right? That sacral energy is about creativity as much as it's about sensuality, sexuality. Walk yourself over once again. Sink the hips down and reach out in front of you. Nice. And then coming back to the center. Bring the feet a little closer together. We'll prepare for goddess pose here. So here's a variation on that theme. Bring the blocks a little closer underneath you. Heels in a little closer. Bend the knees. Sink the hips down. And bring the hands to the tops of the thighs. And hang out here as much as that feels comfortable. Make a wide enough stance for you, but not too wide. Press down into the thighs, drop the hips, and breathe into that stretch. Good, you can do it. I know this is intense. Scorpios love intensity, so see if you can back out just a little bit. Take the edge off. Ooh, roll the shoulders back. And then we'll take one shoulder forward. You can look over that back shoulder if it feels good to twist through the neck. Gentle breaths here, maybe some gentle bouncing. And then over to the other side, pulse up and back down. The other shoulder comes forward. Look over that back shoulder. Knees wide, squatting the hips down, maybe a little bit more. I know it's intense. Try to walk it back a little bit. Find that middle path and then stretch out again. Wide-legged, forward fold, prasarita, Swadhisthana. Good, you can pump the heels, you can go side to side, add your own flavor here. Whatever you'd like to do, maybe there's a twist. Here for one side, and then the other, do a little exploration. Maybe opening arms. Nice. The sacral energy is fluid, water-like. And then we'll bring the blocks underneath us. You can also use your bolster. We'll use the blocks here. Sit down, walk your feet forward just a little bit. Sit down right on your box. Okay, scoot your feet forward. Lean forward. And bring the elbows inside of the knees. Squeeze the knees into the elbows. Soften the shoulders. Lift the chest into the hands and breathe here into your squat. Malasana. Good. Sink the hips down. Press the hips down into your props. And breathe. And then when you're ready to come out of that, we're going to remove the blocks. Stretch out one leg. Woo! Hopefully you'll do that a little more gracefully than me. Catch yourself as you're coming down. Okay, we'll have one extended leg out. We'll take a side stretch in that direction. You can take that hand behind the back to stretch the front body. And then we'll switch legs. And you do that just by switching the legs like so. Side stretch. Good. Find your own flow. Maybe there's something else you want to do. I'm cool with that. And stretch the front body. Whew. Good. Coming down. Let's meet in cobbler's pose. I like to have a little padding under my feet. Feet wide, knees wide here. Bring out the bolster. Put it out in front of you, right on top of your feet, and forward fold onto the bolster. So you can hang out like this, You can use a block to support the head, or my favorite, you've got built-in props here that are your hands, prayer mudra in front of the forehead, leaning the head against your hands. Take a few breaths here. No, I forgot to time myself. So we'll see. We'll see how long this flow is. Oh dear. That's okay. One more breath deep down into the pelvic bowl. Fill the whole pelvic bowl with breath. And let it empty out on the exhale. And press yourself up. We'll come into a similar pose with legs wide. Bolster out in front. Again, use the bolster for support here. Support the head with the hands. Or I really like this is going to block your view a little bit, but bolster out in front. Arms high, arms over the top of the bolster and lean forward. And then again, if this is like really tight, scoot your feet a little closer in, okay? So that you can lean forward even a little bit. So I'll do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. Again, bring the legs in. If you're having no mobility, leaning forward, bring the legs in. And then you can reach for your feet. For those of you who have a little more flexibility, you can reach for your feet, place the chin down, or forehead down on the bolster. I like the bolsters because they're soft. I am a fan of softness. So you can hang out here or you can prop up elbows on this. Good. Take a few moments here. And then when you're ready, you're done with that, slowly sit up. Now the Bija mantra, the seed mantra for the sacral chakra is VUM. VUM. So I'm going to lead you into restorative pose for relaxation. We can work with the Bija mantra there. So set yourself up, make yourself a little fort. It might be maybe the end of your coffee table or the end of your couch. Get comfy. Cross-legged in front of the bolster. Tuck the tail, roll back. Lift the palms up to broaden across the chest. Tuck the shoulders down underneath you. And 3, 2, 1. Breath. You did it. You rock. That's a lot of hip work, and you might be feeling it. So take it easy. You can place your hands on your lower abdomen, kind of around the sacral chakra, which is a little bit below the belly button. Fingers pointing down in a diamond shape. Just breathe here, work with the Bija mantra of VUM, V-A-M, pronounced VUM. And we use that mantra internally. It's more profound, more effective when we use our inner voice as opposed to chanting that out loud. But if I were to chant out loud, it would sound like this. I hope you can hear me. Doing so on the exhale. VUM. Working with the Bija mantra for a few more rounds, as many more rounds as you'd like. You could just end the video here and work on the Bija mantra. It's cultivating the flow of energy through the sacral chakra. If you're ready to rise, do so slowly. Roll over to one side. Press yourself up. Meet me in a upright position, whatever's suitable, comfortable for you. Bring the hands to the heart center, and we'll chant Om 3 times together. A deep breath in with me. Start with the sound ah, and then oh, and finally Deep breath in. Last time together, or just listen in. Take a deep breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, peace. It means peace. Peace to you, peace to me, peace to all living beings, all beings with whom we share connection. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today in this new moon flow for Scorpio. I hope you found it helpful, and tune in again for more lunar flows, more moon glow flows with me for both the new moon and the full moon that focus on a different zodiac sign. And why? Because each lunar event highlights a different zodiac, and that can be a really interesting way to infuse new ideas into your practice. So we're not just leaning on the same practice over and over again. So the universe is offering you some fresh ideas. I'm just channeling those for you so you can grab some inspiration, use them on the mat, but also off the mat as well. Remember that yoga is more than just the postures that happen here on your mat. It's about going out into the world and showing up in an authentic and truthful way. So for that, I am grateful for you and the way that you show up in your authentic way. And that inspires me to continually to show up in my authentic way that is true to my truth. Namaste.